Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is a keyboard mash that definitely got away from our boy here. Oopsie poopsie. We kick things off with a 3-lander. We've got a good mix of cards, which include a removal, a way to deal with an opposing enchantment or artifact, a way to make tokens and ramp. I like it. Keep your pants on. We'll begin with a passage and fetch out a forest. We'll want double green for the Overlord, which will get us a token land we can use for any color of mana. We'll use the second passage to fetch out another forest. This will give us the double green we need, and we'll be able to play out the Overlord on our next turn. They hit us with a 1-mana discard type spell, but it exiles one of our men or an artifact. They have only one target, and that's our Overlord, which was to be our play on our next turn. Gotta love it when we get Scrooged by the opponent's lucky play. We draw a Verge, and that gives us the white we need for our 3 blind mice. If we can't ramp, at least we can generate tokens. They play out a Bandit's Talent, a solid discard enchantment. The most expendable card we have is Sunfall, as we don't have the mana for it, and they might not have many men anyways. We draw a Caretaker's Talent, which is card draw for us, and that effectively counters their talent. Let's get it down, and we can make another token mouse and get another card. And that gets us another talent. They might have gotten our Overlord, but we've assembled a small squad, and with a Mirex in play, we'll be able to generate a token to threaten their life total and draw more cards. We are a bad matchup for discard, bro. This turn, we'll take our talent to level 3, our token will get a boost, and we can send them in. They're going to need a sweeper because single 1-to-1 removals are not going to be effective at stopping our squad. Let's get in there. They play out a Shieldred, but Shelly has arrived way too late. They needed her on turn 2. The final chapter of 3 blind mice triggers and we get a team boost, and that's more than enough power to take them down. I'm kind of surprised they didn't auto-concede. Well, that's fine. Let's send in the mice. Rodent power for the win. Pack your bags and pack up Shelly's bags too. GG's, bro. This is Willem Dafoe. No, wait, it's Edgar Allan Poe. I thought he was too Poe to play MTG, but here we are. We get an excellent 3-lander with a Beanstalk and a green Overlord. The case might have to wait until later before we play it out, but with what we have in hand, it's better to prioritize the beans and ramp. Keep. The passage will fetch us out a forest that we can use to play the Beanstalk on our next turn. Then on turn 3, we'll be able to play out the green Overlord and further fix our mana. We play out our green Overlord and get to dream the beans and ramp dream. Card draw as well as ramp. Now we know how all those opponents feel. No plays for our Jundi opponent through turn 3. Maybe they're loaded with removals and are waiting for us to play out some men. They're going to have to keep on waiting. We're bent on setting up our board. Get bent, bro. Their first play is on turn 4. They go for ramp of their own. Get some bro. It's time to see what they've got for removals. This is a white Overlord turn. We'll get a couple of tokens and a bunch of life as well. Can you smell what this bro is cooking? Nothing like playing out a mana guy on turn 40. Up next is a green Overlord of their own, but they played it out with impending when they could have played it out for its full price. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We'll snipe their smell, then follow up with our second green Overlord. We'll pay the full price instead of getting it down with impending. We want to pressure their life total from here on out. They've got a removal for our Overlord, but we've got ways of getting our men back from the grave. They finally do what they should have done with their first one. Better late than never. Let's play out our second Beanstalk, then follow up with the Virtue. With 2 Beanstalks, we'll get double the draw. Let's send our men. We can get our men back from the grave now, or get theirs if they have something we'd like. Damages, bro. Damages. They get down a Terror of the Peaks, and they too have decided to ramp up their pressure to attack our life total. They send their Overlord, but not at us. They are going after the battle. They'll get another body, but we have our secret weapon in hand. They play out more ramp. The more the better, I suppose. We're about to hit hook 'em on our turn, but yes, bro, get more lands. We'll land this Meathook with an X of 3, which will take out all their guys, and we'll get their men unless they want to pay 3 life for each. Smells like GG's to me. And that's how it's done, boys. This is Thanos. He finally figured out how to spell his name right. Amazing. We get a shuffler special this time around. We do like a challenge. We're 1 land away from being able to play out all but 1 card we have in hand. Let's give it a shot. Keep. Your hopes up. We added 3 Restless Cottage to help out our issues with green and black mana. So far in early testing, it has been making the deck work a little better. They go through their third turn without any plays, which seems kind of weird from mono black. Going for a long game, apparently? We get a beanstalk, but we'll go for the talent. If it's one thing we can do better than them is draw cards. They land a bat, and chances are they're taking the virtue. They take the sunfall, but leave us with the virtue. Interesting choice. It's time to decide another talent or go for the 3 blind mice and start drawing as well as making tokens. I think we have to go for the second talent and set up a double draw. That's a bloodletter they've got thundering down, and it'll be double the damages we take when they swing in. Missing on our land drops is definitely going to hurt us badly unless we can get back on track. We draw a swamp. That might save this game for us. Let's play out the 3 blind mice and get our draw game going. They snipe our token, but the draw is still on its way. We get another removal and our 5th land. With a little bit of luck, we might be able to defend ourselves. Keep those pants on. They land a second bloodletter, and that's 4 times the damages. It's not looking good. Getting stuck on 3 early, even for 1 turn, cost us. 1 hit took us down to 6, but we're still here and we're still in it. We'll start by taking out the bat and getting our sunfall. We have the Not on My Watch we can use to snipe one of their bloodletters when they swing in. And here they come. Let's take 1 out, and we'll be able to survive for another turn. Unfortunately, we have to fire off the sunfall, but we're holding on at 4 life. The board is clear and we have a chance to build our board. Let's play out our beanstalk. The more draw, the better. It would have been nice to get some of our life gain, but another sunfall could keep us safe while we build up. They might be able to snipe our tokens, but they won't be able to stop everything that's coming. We've got way more potential than they do now that they're down to only 1 card in hand. Speak of the devil. We'll play out the case right away. Getting our life total back up will make me feel better. They must be down to only a removal in hand, and they're forced to top deck everything. We get another 3 blind mice, and that will be our play. Our advantage grows with each turn, and they're going to be helpless to stop our men. That's another case, and we'll play it out. They use a removal to take out a token. That's a perfectly wasted card. GG's, bro. No, wait, we're still playing. They use their last card to take out the second token, but we've got more men and more tokens on the way. we have to copy the incubator token. Making a copy of the incubator we already flipped will make a 0/0. Once we take the talent to level 3, we can flip over our incubators and they'll be able to stick around to slap the opponent's face. Free face slaps all day, every day. They drop an annex and they'll get a card. They even spend the mana for the 6/6 demon token. Very nice, but it's not enough. Let's throw down a Meathook and take out their blocker. Gotta love it when they don't know what's going on and they lose 3 life for no reason. They'll need a sweeper to survive, and with all the 1-to-1 removals they've had, I'm pretty sure they don't have any. There he blows. GG's, bro. This is Blastoderm, an MTG card figured out how to play the game. Nice. We get a 3-lander that's heavy on the black. We've got a Beanstalk and a pair of green Overlords to bail us out if we draw a second green at some point. We won't be able to play out the talent with these lands, though. Keep your pants on. We draw a Mirex, and that will be our second green, even if it's only for 1 turn. For now, we'll drop the Beanstalk. The forest saves us from playing the Mirex this time around. We'll play it out right away and follow it up with one of our Overlords. We get to dream the beans and ramp dream yet again. We draw a swamp, and we now have enough to be able to play out a Meathook. They feed the swarm and snipe our Beanstalk, but the mana fixing is already underway, and we have a Caretaker's talent ready to drop in for more card draw. The card advantage will be ours. Let's start off with a case, and then we'll play out the talent. When we don't have token men to copy, making a copy of a token land is perfectly fine. What's great is the new land enters untapped, so we can then use it to play out the second case. They give us a GG's, which feels weird, but okay, GG's. They use a Sheltered by Ghosts to take out our Overlord. We have warned you about that removal. Don't use it. We'll play out the Beanstalk first, then go for the full price Overlord. We're drawing a lot of lands, but luckily we also have a lot of draw. They play out an Enduring Tenacity, so they must be playing the combo. Is that what they meant with GG's? We snipe their bat and we'll get our Overlord back when they give us another GG's. As much as they think that's the case, I don't think so. They did have a Conqueror. Good thing we sniped their life gain last turn. Oopsie poopsie, bro. Your combo went dead, Bo. They can't resist, but send in their tenacity. It's the perfect target for our removal as it will get sent to Belize. Smell you later. If it's GG's, bro, just give up. You know where the concede button is. Just to be on the safe side, we'll fire off our Sunfall to get rid of their Conqueror. We've got plenty of ammo on board to be able to keep attacking their life total. They, on the other hand, have only 2 cards left and no way to draw more. In fact, let's give them a GG's. They play out another Conqueror, but their combo is gone and it's not happening this game. Let's Meathook for 1. That will deal with their Conqueror. And if they don't want to see it on our side, the shark side, they'll need to pay 3 life. They do pay the life and go down to 1. Let's flip our incubator and get in there. They probably thought they had us, but in the end, they were the ones that were got. This is Jag Al U, and he's double deuced tonight. They probably meant to type something else but blew it. We get a 2-lander with all 1 and 2 drops. We need a plains or forest early on to make this work, but we do have at least 1 extra draw with the Beanstalk. We draw a green Overlord, and getting a second green would be amazing. That would pretty much unlock our deck. They play out an enchantment that screams Reanimator every time I see it, and they go right for milling themselves right away. What a surprise. Let's see what our Beanstalk digs up. We whiff on drawing a 3rd land, so we're going to have some trouble this game. They throw down a patched plaything. It's a double striker. That could be a problem if they have ways of pumping it. We have 2 ways of dealing with it. One is the Virtue, and the other is the Parting. Let's hit it with the Virtue, as that will send it to the grave, and we can use the Parting on one of their enchantments. And there's another enchantment. It's a perfect target for our Parting. They use a removal to take out our Beanstalk, but we drew another. Let's send their enchantment packing, and we'll shuffle our Beanstalk back in. Chart a course. Straight to Belize, bro. We'll go for our Beanstalk this turn and hopefully draw into some more lands. Bro actually counters our Beanstalk with a counter that gives us 2 treasures. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We'll use the treasures to play out our green Overlord with Impending. That will solve our color issues from here on out. They play out the almighty Eyeball. It's a pain and a half, and we're without removals at the moment. We do have a white Overlord that can make a pair of blockers. We'll play out the talent. Wait, that's not the talent. Okay, play out the talent, and we'll make a copy of our land token. This will get us underway for sure. Every turn their board advantage grows. What we need to do is try to survive until we hit one of our sweepers. The white Overlord will help us out in that department. They send everyone in. Let's block up and take down their 2/2 men. If we can limit their men, we also limit the amount of damages we take. We'll play out a 3 blind mice, get a token and some card draw. And of course, we draw a land. It's not really what we need now, but at least we have a blocker for their ground men, and we'll be able to keep drawing extra cards. With an Overlord in play, we might be able to strike back. That's double the evil eyeball. Not good at all. We could make token men, but we'll copy a land for both triggers. This will give us a heap of mana if we draw into a Meathook. And that's what we draw. We have enough to hook for 3, which is not enough to deal with their team. We'll level up our talent and send in the Overlord. If we're lucky, they'll trade a bunch of men with it. But they smartly block up with only 1. It is looking like we will need a Sunfall, or we'll be toast to their flying eyeballs. A second meat hook only lets them know we'll have a meat hook in hand. It's better than nothing, I suppose. We go down to 5. This is going to be close. After copying our token land, we have enough to hook for 5, which could wipe their team if they block with just one of their men. Let's send in our overlords. With any luck, they'll block with one of their men. This is where we keep our fingers crossed. They do block up with one of their men. Thanks, bro. Let's hook this bro up. We'll get rid of all 5 of their men. They take some shots of 3 damages each to stop us from getting their men. Ouch, bro. But once again, thanks. They go down to 2 life, just 1 hit from us, and it's GG's. What a turn of the tables. They fire off a split up, but thanks to the meat hook, we can get our white overlord back at the cost of 3 life. They know it's over. Nice try, eyeball bro. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the shark man bite. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.